Welcome back to the airport. In the last episode, we followed student pilot Otto on his pursuit of the perfect flight instructor. The three CFIs were Caleb.
I wanted a job that paid a lot of money, and $15 an hour is going to ensure that I can, in fact, help my mum pay for the phone bill, and, in her words, find my own place to live.
Charles.
Strict adherence to the rules. That's the difference between going back to base and going home in a box after being shot down by the enemy.
And Shane.
Oh, father?
Stupid CFI.
Unfortunately, Otto couldn't gel with any of them.
Is this a prank show? Is there hidden cameras somewhere? No, take that and off.
After the documentary aired, he filed a lawsuit against our production company for gross negligence, as he believed his life was put in danger flying with the three flight instructors. He settled out of court, and last we heard, he's on his instructing journey himself. We wish him the best of luck. Now though, we're back, this time finding the perfect student pilot. For this episode, our producers caught up with Caleb from that first production. This new CFI has been struggling to find students that want to fly with him, but we have a great idea to try and help.
Hi Caleb, we'd like to offer you the opportunity to be in another documentary. Last time it was one student picking from 3 different CFIs, but this time it's 3 students, but you get to pick one of them.
You know what, guys? I'm really not so sure. I mean, you saw how the last documentary went for me.
Please do not let this thing fully stall. Not that fast, my controls. Okay, there it is. Recover.
Otto didn't choose me as has been well documented, so the world now knows. After that I went into the deep slump and I was seeing a therapist for a while. He specialises in pilot confidence issues. Couldn't leave the house there for a while, so distraught at not being picked. I stopped taking care of myself, and I even demoted myself. I used to wear 4 stripes. Now I wear 3.
But are you sure you can even instruct? I mean, what's the whole point of you sitting here wasting your time and, more importantly, wasting mine?
But I got through that and I decided to kind of get back out there, but the last 27 people that I've flown with haven't chosen me either, which is forced me to go and see another therapist to get me through the trauma of the first one. And my mum is literally still paying my phone bill, so I need to find a way to make some money, and this isn't doing it for me. And it's now at a point where I've even considered getting a job at Embry-Riddle as the janitor.
Trust us, Caleb. We think we've found 3 perfect candidates for you.
I'm really apprehensive about it. I've tried to become better.
Knock, knock. Who's got 2 thumbs and ready to show you how easy it is to fly an aeroplane? This guy.
Is this the first one?
Let's go fly.
Oh, God.
How's it going, guys? I'm Chet. I'm the best pilot at the airport.
Student pilot?
I'm the best student pilot at the airport.
What do you do, Chet?
I'm a social media influencer by day, bit of a wonder kid. How's it going, Chetters? It's Chet, the Chet, coming to you live from the airport, and today we're not gonna go fly that bitch, we're gonna go fly this. It's a Boeing SpaceX. You can tell it's SpaceX because of the gold stripes on the marks. And player by night.
What is it that you hope to achieve from today?
Well, beyond proving that the Earth really is flat and the chemtrails are real. And look what I have found. These 3 tanks, which are full of chemtrail fluid. A mixture of radioactive iodine and jet fuel, and guess what you get? The chemtrails. Yep, that's right, you heard it here first. I want to go ahead and get my pilot's license.
By the end of the day?
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Won't need it.
I suppose I'm just looking for someone that is open to learning, of course. That's a good characteristic for any student. Someone who doesn't have the macho attitude, that thinks they can, do everything without my assistance, because that's why I'm here ultimately. A macho student.
Hey, Goose! It's your mum.
Please don't do that. I don't want to wipe it as well as pre-flight it. I don't know where he's gone, to be honest with you. I really don't. You saw him humping the back of the Cessna. He's probably swanning off, humping the back of the SpaceX over there. I don't know if you had plans or what you were doing while we were going to be flying, but don't go far, because we ain't going to go far, I'm telling you. The last documentary didn't go well for me. We all saw it. I was very overbearing with the student, and that was my problem.
It's my controls. You see the descent rate we had then?
I wouldn't have chosen me, if I'm honest with you. But I've taken the steps to
really kind of try and make myself a better flight instructor. I still do the basics correctly, but I've just tried to make myself better. So I've changed some things about my style.
Not that fast. Oh, we have to do things a little bit smoother so we don't die.
Looks like maybe a little bit of weather's moving in. Is that a sign of things to come with this guy? I don't know. Is he really the one?
All right, so first thing you're going to want to do is put your seatbelt on.
What?
We do. Take the headset off. Put your seatbelt on, please.
No, man, I'm good.
It's regulation. Please put the seatbelt on.
Are you going to be like this the entire flight?
Not a great start in yet another documentary for Caleb, but this time it seems it's the student rather than the instructor that's causing the problems. But the engine start sequence is a chance for Chet to prove his enthusiasm.
No. You hold the checklist. You want to fly, yeah?
Yeah.
We always use the checklist. Always. This is going to be your Bible for the flight.
How much time is this going to take?
Just go to the before starting engine checklist.
The importance of checklists cannot be understated. A good pilot knows each step, but a great pilot uses a checklist to make sure they're doing everything correctly and not dropping the ball.
No. Switch the fuel pump on far left.
Or the keys.
I'll tell you what. I'll do the start. So next thing we do is actually we shout out the window to make sure nobody's around the propeller. Nice and professional.
Jet, the jet! Skip, clear, bro!
Right.
Do you hear me?
Yep.
Move that microphone a little bit closer to your mouth so I can hear you properly.
How's it going, chatters? It's Chet. This Chet coming from the cockpit
Chet,
with
please
views.
could you just be quiet while I'm listening to the weather information and pay attention. It's best not to be on your phone throughout the flight.
Distractions can be detrimental to the flight, but it seems that everything's a distraction for our first student candidate.
Advise on this contact, give information,
Charlie.
Or Chet.
Nope, it's Charlie. If you could just remember the word Charlie. Okay, Chet, I'm going to let you learn how to taxi here. Have you ever taxied an aircraft before?
Yeah.
Show me how to taxi. Well, you don't need to use the yoke. Your feet are off the pedals. You need to get at my controls. I've got the controls. I thought you said you taxied before. You weren't on the pedals.
I don't flight simulator.
Okay, so I'll do the taxi for now.
This is boring.
Well, we're not even out of the ramp yet, Chet. Just give it a moment. And what was that information that I told you to remember, that word?
Chet!
Charlie. Order executive ground, Skyhawk 536 Hotel Foxtrot, Romeo 4 information, Charlie, northwest departure.
Skyhawk 536 Hotel Foxtrot, Orlando executive ground, runway 7 at Alpha 7, taxi via Echo 4 Echo Alpha, cross runway 13.
I didn't do nothing.
So I'm going to let you taxi it here, so you're going to need to use the pedals to push right to go right, left to go left. Do it nice and slow, nice and easy. You have the controls. Look forward, please, Chet. Look forward. You're trying to maintain on the yellow line here. Look forward, Chet. Look forward. You push it to the right a little bit. Okay, great.
Instructors like to have students that study ahead to know what's going to happen and what to do. For example, knowing what the purpose of the taxi is. Most would know that it's to get to the designated takeoff runway. For taking off on a taxiway is widely frowned upon.
Good job, actually.
Let's go fly.
All right. Yeah, well, we're taxiing. No, my controls. What were you trying to do?
Runway.
This is a taxiway. We're taxing. I'll take us to the runway. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up into the hold area here to do a run-up.
I want to go flying.
Well, we will go and fly after we do the run-up. We need to test the engine. This is the first flight of the day for this
I
aircraft.
thought pilots were meant to be cool.
Well, we're supposed to be safe as well.
I come to fly and get bitches.
Hazardous attitudes are something that an instructor needs to keep in check. Invulnerability, anti-authority and macho attitudes are all being exhibited by Chet, which is testing Caleb's instructional abilities.
And Skyhawk 536 Hotel Foxtrot, holding short 7 Alpha 7 ready for departure.
Roger, sir, stand by, I got traffic half mile final.
Roger, not a problem, we'll stand by, 536 Hotel Foxtrot. So we're being told to stand by, so we're going to hold here for a minute or two. He's looking like a little bit high on that flare. That would definitely be a go around for me.
Shit landing.
Air 536 Hotel Foxtrot, left turn northwestbound, approved. Runway 707, clear for takeoff.
Flight controls.
Well, not yet. Not yet. All you need to do is just keep your left hand on the yoke and right hand on the throttle. And when I tell you, you're going to slowly move that throttle into full, all the way in. Look out, Jet. Look out. So we're on the correct runway. We've been clear for takeoff. Okay. Left hand on the yoke, right hand on here. Push it all the way in. Here we go. I'm going to keep you on this and not that fast. There we go. Good. Okay, we're maintaining the center. Keep your right hand here. Keep your right hand pushing in. Very good. Look at your airspeed. It's coming up to 45, 50, 55. Slowly pull back. Slowly, not too much. Push the nose down a little bit, and we're flying. Jet, push down a little bit. Stop fighting me on the controls. Good, good. That's better. Beautiful. Very nice. How do you feel?
How high do we go?
I'm going to go up to initially 1,300 feet.
Okay. What are we at now?
500 feet.
Is it 500 feet?
Yep. Okay, we're being cleared for a left turn, so we're going to make a nice, easy left turn, Chet. Easy left turn. Don't slam the controls like that, Chet. Very, very easy. We don't want to break this thing.
I can't see where I'm going.
And be careful there. My controls. We're not going to do that. And I must stress this. You cannot manhandle this aircraft like that. We're going to treat this plane with respect.
Fly like a bitch.
With Chet exhibiting his defense mechanism, which is to hurl abuse, Caleb is doing the best he can to maintain professionalism, but his patience is starting to cry.
Looking good. No, keep your hands on the controls, Chet. Please.
All students have different personalities that an instructor has to tailor their teaching style to. As a result, Caleb has to do something he doesn't want to do. Find some common ground with Chet.
So, how long have you wanted to be a pilot for, Chet?
Ever since last week, since I touched one.
Right. You know, I wanted to...
She knew what she was getting herself into, though.
Yeah, I've
enjoyed every second of it, if you know what I mean.
No common ground found there, and Chet continues to showcase his incredible ability to not listen to a thing Caleb has told him.
Good application, and don't yank the controls back like that, please. Listen to what I'm telling you. Just nice and easy pull back on the controls. That's exactly where you need it. Look forward, Chet. You can't just focus on one spot for a long period of time. You have to be head on a swivel. You got a beautiful head of hair on you. You like to flip it around, get that head on a swivel, get that hair flipping.
Caleb's trying everything he can to keep Chet engaged, but Chet seems to be trying everything in his power to annoy Caleb.
You can't just release the... Oh, he's got his headset off. Of course he has.
Yeah, I like these. These are nice.
Yeah, they were. Is there anything that you'd like to do while we fly here?
When can I bring bitches?
When you get your pilot's license, Chet.
Are you going to give it to me at the end of the day?
No. Have you done any research into, you know, flight training and how long it takes?
I just thought they were estimates.
The producers feel that we need to clarify this here. The so-called lessons on Flight Simulator are not loggable, and you are not considered a pilot when you complete them. Unfortunately, Chet couldn't watch this before flying, but Caleb's patience has worn thin, and with his cocky student not listening, he uses an instructional technique to ground Chet's attitude.
Alright, Chet, tell you what, why don't we raise the standard of performance on you?
Alright, let's raise it.
Yeah? You want to raise it? You want to raise the bar?
Let's do it.
Because you're that good?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're doing a stall.
Sure.
A stall. A flight maneuver that's feared by many student pilots. They get the heart pumping, and a good understanding of what they are and how to do them is key.
Do you really want to turn off the engine?
That doesn't happen in a stall, it's aerodynamic. Pre-maneuver checklist is complete. We're going to do what's called a power on stall.
Cool. I don't want these aren't...
I know what we're going to do. The power's back. Pitch up a little bit. Pitch up. Yeah, great. Add in the power. Okay, so we're going to stall it. Oh, what are you doing? You're letting the nose go to the left side? This is a bad situation, Chet. My controls, Chet. My controls. You just nearly put this aircraft into a spin. We could have died.
Caleb's plan has worked, and Chet's overconfidence has bitten him in the rudder, and as Caleb's explanations turn into a berating, it's all too much for the wannabe pilot.
Can we just go back? Yeah, I got,
no worries.
The delight on Caleb's face says it all, but his nightmare still isn't over.
Can we
Descend, I wanna... I need a call. Hey, Raul! Raul! No, you stupid bastard, it's Chet!
Oh, hello, Senor Chet.
Bring the limo!
You need it now?
Yeah, bring the limo! Yeah,
You'll be done so fast.
bring the sandwiches!
You want brown bread? You want your weight? You
No,
put on
no, white! No crust!
You want cucumber like your mom used to
Yes,
make?
cucumber!
Okay, no problem, Senor Chet. I'll be there. Okay, I'll be there.
Can we go any quicker? My butler's gonna be back at the airport in 15 minutes.
Caleb's flying as fast as he can, however a strong headwind is slowing his progress, prolonging the bellowing silence in the aircraft. If only Chet had stayed quiet like this as Caleb was attempting to instruct, he may have learned something, but it wasn't to be.
I see my limo. And I see the runway, so we're going to slow this down. We're below the 85, which is the next phase of flaps.
Pick up, Raul!
Just stay quiet throughout the landing, if you could. So I can focus. There's no...
Hey!
Chet.
You sunbathing naked! Way to go!
And with that, any lingering doubt as to whether Chet would become Caleb's first student is gone. And as usual, after the landing, we caught up with Caleb to discuss the flight.
Alright, well, we're back from the flight. So how that went, that wasn't really what I was expecting. When I told you at the beginning of this that I kind of wanted someone that isn't macho.
Peace out, I'm gonna head on out. Raul is waiting for me at the front.
Seriously?
Alright guys, we'll see you.
Alright, see you, Chet. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if everybody at home was as frustrated as I was, but yeah. Anyway, he's gone, so he's left me to put this thing to bed on my own, so I'll do it on my own, without Chet.
Could you have found a more incompetent CFI? Do you know who you're talking to?
After that, would you consider hiring him for your flight training?
With him? No, I've got maids smarter than him, maids with bigger balls than him, and they're female.
Well, do you think aviation's for you?
Listen, Chet doesn't need aviation. Aviation needs Chet. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta get to my boat.
The sun rises on a new day, and with it, a new attitude blossoms in Caleb.
Oh, hello. We're back. Well, new airport though. New lease on life. I'm feeling really good today. As I said, looking for someone that wants to, you know, learn from me. Someone with passion, somebody that wants to do this, that wants to achieve their dreams, and ultimately wants to pay me to care about that. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna finish the pre-flight because he's gonna be arriving soon. Is that okay? Let's do it.
Despite being at a new airport, the same old problems seem to follow Caleb.
Hiya, Mum. It's me. Yeah, I'm at the airport. Gonna try this one more time. Listen, would you mind helping me out and just paying the phone bill just one last time?
Move away
Hold on
from the
a second.
jet.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, get away from that jet.
Away from the jet. Yeah, sorry about that. Mum.
Why do you go speeding off like that, Grandad?
Nah, blast it all. Don't fight it, boy. You're being a pilot, and that's that.
No, you know I don't want to do this.
Oh, Mum, I really want to do this.
This was your idea, not mine.
No grandson of mine is being a baker. No.
I know this was my choice and not yours, but it's really what I want to do with my life.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I've got a really good feeling about this one.
Yes, sir.
Could you introduce yourself and tell us why you're here?
My name is Junior, and we're here to fly a plane.
With a little bit more excitement there. I mean, you're about to do what very few people get to do.
I'm not sure. I'm Junior, and I'm looking forward to getting back to the FBO. They had some nice mints. Oh my God.
The lack of interest from student pilot Junior is surprising and makes Caleb's task much harder. Our production team know a small part of his family is tied to aviation, which makes it even more puzzling. It's a wonder what makes a student like this tick.
Well, my first passion is actually baking. Cakes, breads, cookies, confectionaries, pies, you name it really.
What about flying?
Well, I mean, flying runs in my family. It skipped a generation with my dad, and
honestly, it's probably going to skip a generation with me too.
You do realise that this is a documentary about finding a student pilot that fits with our instructor, don't you?
Yeah, my granddad made me come.
Junior's excitement levels don't match that of Caleb's, given that he's been pushed into this by his grandfather, who, granted, does this exclusive interview to clarify the situation.
Well, blast it all, his father was useless and I shan't allow my grandson to be the same. I was in a war, you know, and I served my country well. I mainly served rice pudding and crackers, but that's all we had to get by back then. I'm the only one in the family that lives and breathes aviation, and I won't allow that passion to die with me. The boy will learn to fly, and he will like it.
Area, alright, start. Seat track back and lock, yours is locked. Mine seems locked. Avionics.
First impressions are important in the student-instructor relationship. A willingness to allow students freedom in the aircraft is required, and equally a keen enthusiasm from both parties must be present. And Junior's immediate grasp of checklist usage instantly impresses Caleb.
Prop clear. Remain clear of my propeller. I'm commencing engine start.
Not like that. It's a little bit immature, don't you think? Continue.
Battery on.
Right, show me what you got. Take me over this way and we'll go towards the runway.
Alright. And get it on the line over here. Okay, clear left.
Caleb's first student almost certainly left some lingering trauma, so it must be a huge relief to have a student that actually has an idea of what they're doing.
Very good.
I'm assuming you'll want to do a run-up?
Oh, absolutely. I'd do two if I could. Just pull it in this way and then you're doing a very good job. Probably best that I've seen at this very early stage in your flying career. You excited about today?
Well, we'll see.
Well, I am. I think this is going to be a start of a very good partnership.
Clearly impressed, Caleb now has to do all he can to ensure that Junior wants to hire him as his full-time CFI. That means giving detailed explanations and showing interest in his student. Allowing the student to control the aircraft in meaningful situations will go a long way to building a bond that could just secure our flight instructor his first student pilot.
Once we line up on the runway, you're going to smoothly apply full power. I trust you on the rudders. You've done a really nice job taxiing. I'm going to tell them we're ready for departure. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Alright, we're on the centre line, we've got the heading, we've got that. Okay, smoothly full power, and just tap down to those rudders, keep it on the centre line. Good control, really good control, very good control. Rear just a little bit to the right, that airspeed's increasing, the gauges are in the green, you're looking really good. 55, just slowly pull back. Beautiful takeoff. Wow.
It seems that Junior's bringing the best out of Caleb. Up to now in this documentary series, his instruction has been a little underwhelming.
Don't be so rough with the controls. Okay, there it is. Recover.
But the new CFI looks as though he's getting his feet underneath him. He's much more relaxed, and that breeds confidence not only in himself, but in his student as well. What says even more is that this is an IFR departure, which means our student and instructor are flying through the clouds. The old Caleb would never have allowed this.
670 Mike Alpha, thank you. Contact the landing departure.
Oh, departure, 670 Mike Alpha. Alright, so right turn at 270, you've got a beautiful control here, look at this. It's a little bit over 80, but I mean, it's fine, nice easy turn. Wow.
As if this lesson hadn't started well enough, the clouds parted and gave our dynamic duo the freedom of the skies.
Alright, 670 Mike Alpha, radar system terminate, spark VFR, fixed seat change approved.
You're doing really well. Like, I'm not really having to put too much input, you're not putting me on edge. Are you sure you've never done this before?
Yeah, I've been talked to about it a lot. Probably most of my childhood was just talking about planes. I know more than I should, more than I'd care for.
Is this what you want to do for a career?
No, really my passion is baking. Anything from, cream custard pies to confectionaries to sweets, candies, chocolates, croissants, anything really. The other day I made a really nice souffle and it didn't deflate.
Yeah, but you do want to fly though, you do want to be a pilot though, yeah?
It's what other people want for me. Not sure if it's something that I want though.
This is deflating for Caleb. The one student that he seems to be getting along with is the one student that doesn't seem to want to do this. The fun has been sucked out of this flight like the oxygen at 3,000 feet. But if Caleb wants to finally get his dream first student, he must try and turn this around.
Yeah, so what we'll do, seeing as you've done really well so far, if you want to do a couple of manoeuvres to kind of show you how the manoeuvres work in the aircraft, you okay with that?
Yeah, we can give it a shot.
Yeah, cool. Why don't we do a steep turn?
So is that just where, maintain our altitude, probably bring the speed back just a little bit, turn to the right, probably somewhere at 45 degrees. We'll do the other one back to the left after one.
All good. Prefer to do the one to the left first. The reason being, if anyone's behind us and is going to overtake us, they're going to overtake us to the right. So we do it to the left just for that. But everything else you said was absolutely perfect. You mentioned the speed, which is important, good knowledge. Speed-wise, we want to keep it below manoeuvring speed. Manoeuvring speed in this aircraft here is 99. Guilty in the past of doing, being a little bit too safe with this and using a speed that's way too low. 60 knots, perfect. Very good speed control. So today we're not going to do that. Just keep it below, let's say, 95. Okay.
Seems like a respectable speed.
Thank you.
This is new territory for Caleb. He's never been so informative before, and his safety consciousness, while still there, is not to an insufferable degree. He's changing for the better, and hoping Junior will see the light and want to hire him as his instructor.
Yeah, my pawpaw made me do a lot of chair flying.
Oh, really? That's where you grew your love for aviation? Okay, so we're turning to northbound. We'll do a steep turn to the left. So whenever you're ready. Clear on that side. Well done. Good roll. You added a little bit of power. That's really good. Rolling around. Just steepen that bank angle a little bit. There's 45 around there. So if you look out, you've got the horizon cutting somewhere on the dashboard. Where it's cutting right there, just hold it there. And beautiful. You're an absolute natural. Superhuman.
This steep turn seems to be going better than last time.
That airspeed's increased. Alright, mic controls. We have to keep the speed low because of what I said.
A CFI's focus should be on providing the best instruction possible and giving positive reinforcement. This will make the student feel good when doing something well and may just make that student want to continue training with them.
Below 95 knots, you kept the altitude within 100 feet. I think you should reconsider this baking thing as your passion.
With Caleb struggling to get through to Junior, a change of tactic is in order. Relating to the student may help the situation. It can't go worse than with Chet, can it?
I've always been a bit worried about stalling, so that thought of falling. I don't do roller coasters very well. The first time I went on the Hulk roller coaster at Universal, I puked all over the person in front of me. I'll never do it again.
Who hasn't thrown up on the Hulk? In all honesty, they probably deserved it.
I mean, he was in a wheelchair, so I felt kind of bad.
I didn't mean she deserved it. I mean, it's you know what I meant.
Let's go through a stall.
Yeah, let me show you a stall. Mic controls.
Your controls.
Mic controls.
An instructor relating to their student is an important component in the student-instructor relationship. Failing with that, Caleb's time to impress Junior is running out, and now the only hope is for him to put his best flight instruction on display.
We're going to go flaps full. Yeah, we maintain how easy this is at the moment. We're at our approach speed, so I'm going to start a slight descent, just as if we're coming into the runway, and then I'm going to back the power all the way off. Now, this is where the stall's going to happen, okay?
Okay.
So just stay with me. Slowly pull back. You hear that sound? That's the sound of the impending stall. The stall one is starting to go. That's why I always suck on it before, so we know we've got it in flight. We're going to stall. I'm not even going to use the power, okay? Here's the reduction in lift. Here's the reduction. Don't worry. Look how easy this is. There's the stall. All I do is push down. We're gaining the lift back. The aircraft is starting to fly again. See how easy that was?
Yeah.
Flaps back down to 20 degrees. Continue the climb. We maintain the same heading. We've got a positive rate. We're going to 10 degrees. And then we're climbing away. We're above 70. I'm going to go flaps up, and it's as simple as that. While people think it's this big thing that's, you know, causes a lot of anxiety, which I completely understand. I was the same way when I started training, and even some later periods in my training, but it's really, really simple if you understand the aerodynamics. So how do you feel after that one?
No, actually, honestly, I feel a lot better.
Good.
It was a lot easier than I thought, and honestly what I've experienced before. Not that I've been in a plane before, but when I used to do chair flying, my papa used to pick up the chair, and during the stall he would just drop the chair. So, you know, obviously you had that sense of free falling, which I figured was normal, but that was a lot better.
I think that's quite an extreme and, dare I say, old school method of teaching that sort of thing. I've never heard of that method before.
He used to run around behind me and pretending he was a fighter plane.
Oh no, there's another one coming from the other direction! What's his background?
He was in the military.
Fair enough. Well, why don't we do this, Junior? You have the controls again.
Okay, my controls.
Yeah, controls. Let's go and try a landing. I think you're...
Yeah, okay.
Are we good enough?
So landing has actually been one of the things today that I've been looking forward to the most.
Sweet.
So, this is the last one, right?
No. No. We're going to do this at one airport here, and then we're going to fly back to Kissimmee. We've got to go back to Kissimmee.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we could, yeah.
This speed that you're maintaining here is what we're looking for pretty much all the way down to the runway until we're over it, and then we can go power off. And
it's like VREF, right?
Yeah. Perfect. Good for you. Alright, so we're coming in. There is a little bit of a crosswind. That'll kind of help you if you need it, but you're looking really good. Your speed's fine. You've got a nice descent angle. Looking good. Pull up a little bit, and then just hold the nose to the end of the runway. Pull back. Wow.
We've just witnessed for the first time ever Caleb successfully instructing a student to land an aircraft, and he's understandably excited.
You landed like you've been doing this for years. How are you feeling about it? Because I'm pumped.
You know, I think I'm feeling I'm feeling about it as much as I thought I would.
That's good. Yeah, good. Well, we'll talk about it when we get back on the ground.
As a whole, this flight has been a success. Caleb races back to the airport to try and impress with his landing, and taxiing back into the ramp is full of optimism that he's just found his perfect student pilot.
It went as well as I probably expected it to go. Caleb, he's a nice guy. He's a really good instructor, and he's gonna be a great instructor to someone at some point. Definitely not me, no. And there's, you know, there's really no such thing as perfect. Like, you know, perfect souffle, there's no such thing as that.
A recipe for disaster for Caleb. As we say goodbye to Junior, this was the first flight that we've seen Caleb instruct well, and all the signs were there that this time around, we may have a success story. Instead, it's up to one of our producers to break the news.
Oh, well, where is he? He's gone. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. I'm done. Thanks. And a bird shit on my car. Oh, unbelievable.
Another day ends at the airport. Will this be the last we see of Caleb? It was for quite some time. Our crew reached out to him, but his phone had been disconnected, and sources told us that his mother had cut him off from their phone accounts. We checked Embry-Riddle's janitorial department, but only found student pilots working to pay off their debts to the university. And then we found him, in the most unusual of circumstances. 6 months after we last saw him, we caught up with Caleb, hoping to find that his heartbreak with Junior didn't sting him too much.
What a bees here! Is anywhere safe?
Caleb, we're glad to see your mate finally caught up with you. We just wanted to see if you'd be interested in doing another flight.
No. I told you last time, this is it. I'm done. I'm not doing any more.
After an initial rejection, Caleb agreed to at least let us catch up with his current life and surprising new job.
Well, this is where I work now. It's a little airport that doubles as a farm. I managed to snag myself this job. I do all sorts of different things. This, for example, I dug all this by hand, and I got that for it, which I'm pretty proud of. Shows my stature within the farm. I'm still growing into it, you know, but I feel like I've basically found my level.
And what's that over there?
Well, that, I'm supposed to change the self-serve prices, but I've forgotten that. Do you mind just keeping that quiet for a second? I don't want to lose this one. Anyway, let me show you something else over here.
This is not the same Caleb we met in the first documentary, and a far cry from the new Caleb we found earlier in this one.
Yeah, all these planes that you see here as well, I take care of these. I say take care of them, I clean them. I mean, that one's not too clean, but I'm actually slightly concerned because there's supposed to be an aeroplane here, and I've lost it. So I really don't want to lose that third one. The fourth one I actually got for helping a cow cross the street, so I'm not losing that, but if we can just keep that quiet. Let me show you something else.
Do you at least fuel the planes?
Fueler? No. I wish. No, I clean the bee's nests off the top of it. I don't really enjoy it. No, I'm highly allergic, but it is what it is. This is my life now. This is what I do. And am I happy?
Seeing Caleb this way concerned our producers. They deliberated as to whether to continue filming and came to the decision that because of Caleb's grief and misfortune, they were to continue to see if they could lift Caleb's spirits by offering him a student one last time.
You've got absolutely no shame, dear. You contacted me to be in a documentary series with 2 other flight instructors.
Don't touch that thing, boy.
No, I'm not. I'm not touching it.
Better not be.
No, I'm not. No. Sorry. You said I was competing against those 2 other flight instructors, but you said that I'd be a shoo-in, and that was a lie. I spiraled into a deep depression to the point where now I don't even do anything with aviation. This is the closest that I get. I can't even touch the aeroplane. I'm not touching it! I had to go and see a therapist to get me out of the graveyard spiral that I was in. And he didn't give 2 pumps of the primer about me and wanted me out of that door quicker than I was out the door of the documentary. But me being the optimist, I downloaded a pilot matching app. Now that I say it out loud, I'm not really ashamed to say it, because I was doing everything in my power to get back on the wagon, to get back in one of these things. As I was swiping and swiping and swiping, I was getting matches. I was. But did anybody say hello to me first? No. It was me to no response. Me to use the coolest of cool pickup lines. You look like an angel. Do you want me to teach you how to use those wings? Nothing. Do you know how demoralising it must be for somebody to go through what I've been through? So you'll excuse me if I don't accept your offer this time. I've given you chance after chance after chance. I've given myself chance after chance after chance. It's just ain't for me. Come on in. So, this is where I stay. Let me give you a tour. I kitted it out with a lot of aviation themed things. All of these on the ceiling, these hanging off. I crashed all of those, so they are rendered useless. They look like they're in the sky, but it's kind of like me, had the wings clipped. Propeller on the wall here, we got the biplane over there. That one's actually made out of wood. That's a wooden one. I use this whiteboard. I mean, I say I use it. This shack doubles as a flight training room, which is just a kick in my teeth. But I like to give myself little pick-me-ups, which that's actually embarrassing. Sorry. That's better.
Enough was enough for our producers. It was time to introduce Caleb to his final student, whether he liked it or not.
I mean, if he's here, bring him in by all means, but I don't think it's going to work.
Is this the aviation summer camp? I'm here in the pursuit of safety. My name's Bellic. I'm come from an aviation summer camp for the last 5 years, specialised in safety. Talking of which, that's making me rather uncomfortable. Closed and latched. So in my aviation summer camp, I got awarded many accolades, and many of my camp leaders referred to me as interesting. But one of those was one of these epaulets. So I don't wear it right now because I need to. But this one was for urinating on a campfire because it was spreading too rapidly. This one was for hoisting food away from some of my classmates because they were eating too much of it. This one was for dissecting a frog because everyone was hungry because I hoisted the food too high. And this one was for helping an old lady across the street. So with all those safety stripes, I'm looking forward to impressing the flight instructor that's beholden to me throughout my flight training. Where did he go?
I'm ready.
Have you shaved?
Is yours grown?
I'm a fast grower.
Anyway, actually, just give me 1 second.
Okay. Lock the door.
Because that is where we're going.
The Caleb we know is back. Or is he? He seems more confident and primed to perform.
You can do this. You can do it. This is what you were born to do.
Even with the winds whipping up a stiff windsock, Caleb took to the skies for some landings currency before starting his lesson with Bellic, something that really impressed the potential student pilot.
Squirrely. Alright, remember a go-around is always an option. Always an option. That was a tough landing. I'm not upset with it though. Wasn't the smoothest, but crosswind controls were in there.
With a successful practice in the logbook, it's time for Caleb to try one final time to sign his first ever student pilot. Throughout this documentary series, you've seen the ups and mainly downs of Caleb's start to his career. He's tried his best, but has come up short at every corner, so maybe a new attitude and technique are in order, and it all starts on the pre-flight. Each flight instructor has their own vision on how to teach safety, and each will prioritise things that they deem important for their students to learn. This can be daunting for a student, as there are so many things to master, and some call this deluge of information drinking out of a fire hose, or as Caleb prefers, sucking from the stall warning. Which, incidentally, is on his pre-flight checklist. Not to be looked over either is the weather. The winds today are fairly high, however our pilots decided it was safe and started their adventure.
Okay, Bellic, welcome to the Cessna 172. That is how I pronounce your name, is that correct? Bellic?
Bellic, yes.
Bellic. It's an interesting name.
Some would say. My mother likes it.
Well, I like this 172. So we're going to get this thing started. How do you think we're going to do that?
Firstly, I'd like a checklist if possible.
Checklist, very good. I'm glad you asked for that. Here we go. Here is the checklist.
You have anything longer, by chance?
Not longer, but I mean, we could just do it twice.
Safety.
This is Caleb's chance to pull out all of his best instructional moves. It seems as though Bellic has an eye for safety just as he does, which gives a good early impression. The taxi is the easy part, however, and with the takeoff to come, Caleb has to once again take command of the situation.
And that's the pre-takeoff checklist done twice over. Very well done. You seem to have an aptitude for this on the ground at least. Let's talk about what we're going to do to get this thing into the sky. You ever taken off before?
Only with the assistance of the CFI, yes.
Distance of the CFI. Okay, well, I'm going to let you do it today. So what we're going to do, we're going to line up on the runway. You're going to see a centre line. You want to put that centre line underneath your right foot.
I like the precision.
That's what we're going for. So once we're on the runway, you're going to go full power, so nice and smoothly on the throttle. Keep it pushed in with your right hand, and you're going to have your left hand on the yoke. And once we get to 55 knots, you're going to do a thing called rotate, and then you're going to look to maintain 73 knots. I'll help you with it. Okay, here we go. We're going to, as we come onto the runway, just do double, triple, quadruple checking that nobody's coming in and nobody's on the runway. Look left, look right, look left, look right, look left, look right, look left, and straight. Very good. What a perfect lineup. Wow, okay, so we got a pretty stiff crosswind, so you're going to move the controls to the right and smoothly apply full power, heels to the floor.
The takeoff is a stressful time for new students, and some people can't handle it. And for Bellic, it nearly becomes too much.
This is faster than I expected. Is this as fast as we always go?
This is normal. It's going to keep accelerating until 55. You can see it's hit 55, so rotate now, pull back, and we are...
It can be equally as stressful for a new flight instructor, as old fears and habits try to take hold of Caleb.
Airborne, great job. Excellent job. You see how the nose is swung to the right side? That's counteracting the wind. Don't worry, I'm right here with you. You're doing a fantastic job. You see how you're maintaining 73 knots? You're doing a fantastic job. That's what we call VY. You're doing great. Excellent work. How are you feeling?
Can we maintain this narrow cockpit, please?
Safety.
The similar personality shared between our instructor and student seems to be allowing them to gel well. If Caleb's going to impress Bellic, it looks as though it's going to be the safety aspect that might just seal the deal.
2000, so how are you feeling?
I feel, are we not getting too high for oxygen?
I mean, 2,700 feet, we're going to level off at 3,000. I used to be quite scared of going to higher altitudes like this, but it's really, really not a problem. Struggling to breathe, are you okay?
I felt parched.
Okay, I have an idea. Safety.
Thank you, I feel much better.
Me too.
Crisis averted, but the student pilot fears don't stop there, and it's the flight instructor's job to reassure them and maintain a calm cockpit.
The mixture, some people are very scared of the mixture. You're reducing the amount of fuel that's in the fuel and air mixture, which is, seriously, that's nothing to be scared about.
Why would they even put something like that in a plane?
Well, it's actually helping the plane, it's helping the engine perform better.
That's fuel.
Yeah. See how nothing's happening. Eventually, when you do keep pulling it out, something will happen. The RPM is going to start to drop. Do you see how the engine is...
Up. I'm getting a little uncomfortable.
Not a problem, this is as far as we're going to go. So when you've flown with other flight instructors, how's that been for you? How's that experience?
Scoutmaster Dan, he was rather unsafe. He once took a plane to 4,500 feet. No oxygen. My next instructor was training the airlines. He started looking at his phone in flight, albeit it was a map, a moving map, but I didn't like the fact he was using his phone. And my last flight instructor, we flew over a lake with no life jacket or with no any form of life-saving device in the event of a water ditching.
Look, I understand your safety mindset, which as a pilot I absolutely love. There's no pilot safer than I. However, there's a difference between being overly safe and operating safely. You know, there are rules and regulations put into place for things like flying over bodies of water, flying with equipment, and also fuel requirements that you will learn about throughout training. And that's my job as the flight instructor, to make sure that you have that knowledge. The safety conscious mindset that you have is perfect for being a pilot. We're just going to hone in on fine tuning that safety mindset and setting you on your way to being the best pilot I've ever created. If you decide to start training with me, that's completely up to you.
We're witnessing an unprecedented moment in the career of Caleb. We've never seen him so confident in himself, which led to one of the best flights he's ever had. been a wonderful flight for Caleb and Bellic, and it seems as though their bond over safety has laid a solid foundation. But the question remains, would it be enough to help Caleb finally find his perfect student pilot?
Pending contractual obligations and agreements. If I decided to go with you as my instructor, would you take me?
Really? Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm committed to being safe and creating the best pilots that I possibly can and imparting the knowledge that I have.
I'll have my lawyer send you the contracts and legal documents at the end.
You should just send it to my mum, but yeah, absolutely, that's not a problem, absolutely, definitely.
He's done it! Caleb has managed to overcome his demons and secured his first student pilot.
Doing a really good job.
Okay. Is this a good speed to climb at?
Yeah.
It's been a long road, and we've seen him go from blundering new flight instructor fresh out of training
to put the plane into a stall and then subsequently stop the stall.
To competent, dare I say it, fun-loving CFI.
That's a good one.
Sure, there have been some obstacles in the shape of disinterested students.
Flying runs in my family. It skipped a generation with my dad, and honestly, it's probably going to skip a generation with me too.
And students who are there for the wrong reasons.
Chet doesn't need aviation. Aviation needs Chet.
Chet, from the cockpit. Please, could you?
Caleb is here for the right reason. To be the best instructor he can be.
Talk to the right of the runway. It's quite stiff, so you're going to see me putting some crosswind controls here.
To achieve that, he needed to find someone to meet him halfway. Someone to share his same enthusiasm for flying and safety. Someone that wants to be better and who is willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. That someone is Bellic. Sure, he's quirky.
Is this the aviation summer camp?
But this is the beauty of flight training. It brings people with different personalities together and unites them in one goal, to learn how to fly. We don't know for how long Caleb will be a flight instructor. All pilots have different goals, but there are two certainties. While he is instructing, he's going to give his students his all, and that all it took for him to lose his insecurities was succeeding in his quest to find the perfect student pilot.
Come on in, sit down, take a seat. Oh, what a day. I didn't expect this when I woke up, seriously. I've given up hold on a second, give me 2 seconds. Never give up. I can't believe it. Bellic is a top fella. He's all about safety, which so am I. There's some things that we need to hone in on and kind of fine tune, but I mean that's the case with any student. I'm really excited to work with him. I can't believe this. This place, I'm out of this place. I'm going to give my resignation. I'm going to move back in with my mum because she'll allow me to now that I'm earning, and finally pay the phone bill. I'm on Metro West at the moment. It only works in California, but it's cheaper to get down here. So. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. And it's all down to you. I've got to thank you because you've stuck with me and made this possible. So I've really got to say a massive thank you to you all. It's a little bit emotional for me because this is all I've ever wanted to do. And there was a time where I thought that I wasn't going to be able to do it. But I am. So thank you. Yes!
Door doesn't close. Yes, no, he's very safe, and I do think he'll be receiving some contractual obligations from me very soon. His mother will, at least, but yeah, I look forward to starting my training with him for sure. Yes. Do we just want to leave it here. I felt like we should go tie it down somewhere. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.